In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Beach Road. In a quarter of a mile, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived.
Morning all, welcome back to the channel. How you all doing? Alright, I hope? Yeah, catch me very early morning. It's probably about 3:30 now. You join me today on the Shingle Beach up at Norfolk. Just right in the middle. I've just got here, set the tripod up, nothing more. Just getting my rods out now. I'm just setting up. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a little bit. Yeah, I'll be coming north a little bit more often. There's no difference me leaving Norwich and going to Corton Beach or Lowestoft or anywhere like that, or coming here. It hasn't taken me that long this morning, 48 minutes, and we're up on the Shingle. Let's hope for anything really. You never know, it might even be a few mackerel. I've brought my bass spinning rod with me and some lures and feathers, so I'll definitely be giving spinning a go later on. Maybe Pachenko or anything out there. I'll set my rods up. You never know. And I've heard there's plenty of smooth hounds with dogfish coming out, so I've got plenty of bait, got plenty of wraps. So fingers crossed, have a good day, and come back to me once I'm all set up. Morning guys and girls, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today you join me at the most beautiful Norfolk on the Shingle. I don't come here that often, but I'm actually itching to wet a line. It's all the way up there. Plenty of tilly lights out, plenty of people, plenty of camper vans and everything where I parked up. But, let's get set up. Let's have a good day. Right, I'm pretty much all set up. I've got this left hand rod here, just the same 14-foot Blue Ocean and Nafe rod, and the Nafe reel, 25-pound line, 55-pound braid, leader. I've got an up and over dropper rig on this one with a great big bit of mackerel and a squid head. I've just slightly up-tided that. It's got 6 ounces, but it looks like it's holding nicely. I've got the tripod there. The tide is coming in. It's going to be high tide at 8:30. I don't fish here often, so I haven't gone too close. It's already coming in quite a lot. I expect it to come back to where my box is. Looking at the bank in there, and this is all hard and a bit damp, so I expect, yeah. I'm not sure what the time is, probably just about 4:15ish, I'm guessing, 4:30, 4:30. So we've got 4 hours before high tide, so yeah, I am expecting it to go back to my box, so I should be moving back. So I've got that one cast in. These two are identical rigs. I've got, I decided to go till I know what the tide's doing, how strong it is, where it's pushing left or right. I expect if it's coming in, well, we're probably slackish water at the minute, but I expect it when it come in, it push left to right. So Yeah, both exactly the same, one up, one down, clip down rigs. I've got a big bit of herring and squid on the bottom bait and some mackerel and squid on the top bait. Just going to check this. All feels nice and smooth, more locked up. I'm not going to go too far. I'm not going to go. Don't know what's what. I know it's really, really deep. You can see by the banking on here. More people turning up. I've not heard anything of mackerel so far this season, but it's May now, coming up June. Obviously they're catching it further down south and out to sea on boats and stuff. But I'm not sure about from the shore. Okay, this rod is actually a 2 up 1 down, clip down rig. So I'm going to go again with 5 ounces of lead, gripper lead. The bottom 2, or the bottom one clips up, the middle one clips up, or clips down should I say, and then the top one clips up to the up and over clip. So now I know the tide's still going right to left a little bit. I shall get this one about 1 o'clock direction. I'll probably get this one a little bit further. Right, I'm going to have a recast on this one. First cast in the whole, lost a lot, and came off at the leader, but I thought it was the knot, but it wasn't the knot, because the knot was perfect. When I got back to change it, in the dark and that, I must have got the line twisted between the second to last eye and the last eye. It's twisted around the rod top. I've just quickly re-rigged. It's still going right to left. I put a 3 up flapper on this time, but it's quite slack at the minute. I've cast this left hand rod a lot further. You can see where the flat spot is, and there's a flat circle just come up there. That one's closer in, that one's a lot further out. That's obviously the down tide and rod. So, but it's quite slack at the minute. So I can fish quite tight to the leads. You can see where the oil slicks come up there and one over there drifting. I've just set my bass rod up as well, spinning rod, and put a lure on there. Could have a few chucks while I'm waiting. At the minute, tidy up. Well, it's only 4:45. It was a lot earlier than I thought it was. So the sun's coming up over there. The moon's disappeared over there. Right, come on. Let's have a better session than it's already started. Well, let's hope it gets better, put it that way. But there's a big smooth hand over here washed up, or fair decent sized one. It's long dead he is, but there's plenty of people out fishing. Well, shame to see that. How about that for a morning? Absolutely stunning. I've forgotten how much I love this place. Norfolk on the shingle. Nice warm day, 12 degrees on the left. 2:30 this morning, or before that. Got down here. Got 1 dab, 2 white in, a nice smooth round. Plenty of people fishing every day here overnight. Here all the tilly lights when I got down here. Plenty of campervans on the road. I'm just about to cast out. The tide's now going left to right. So that one's been cast quite short to the left, and this one I'm going to cast further left and further out so it goes around the back of this line. That's the black. I've got a great big bait on that one of sardine and squid. Hoping for a nice smooth round and rail something on that one of dogfish. Got there some extra wedge and feathers on if I see any birds start swooping along the shoreline here, but which they do. Bait fish. Get it straight in the water. Alright, wish me luck. Let's bring this in, just have a look. What's what? It looks like we've got a tiny little you wouldn't believe it, that great big bait like that, a tiny little dab. It's probably just sniffing away at it. The way it's hooked there, yeah, it's probably just sniffing away at it. And as I struck, its bottom hook's gone in. It's definitely not in his mouth. I'll rebait that one and get that back out again. I'm going to go a bit further next time. Right, let's get this rebaited. Well, just rebaited. Let's put a great big bit of sardine and squid on there. And a bit of a squid tentacle. I'm going to put this over the back of the bait holder. As I say, when I cast, put the brake on, that's going to flick over. I don't want it the other way around because it'll not disengage properly. That's over the back of that. Put the bottom hook under this plastic in, that'll hit the water, this will flick up, that'll release the hook. Just make sure that it drags as tight as I can get it. Make sure all that's running free. Over. I'm going to go pretty much straight out with this one, I think, and give it the big one. That's a better cast, a lot better cast. Give it some beans. Give it some pork and beans, I say. I'll just let that settle for a minute and see what's what. Or start winding down too quickly. As soon as you wind down too much, it don't matter how much line you keep, have to pay out and pay out and pay out. So, I'll just let that bow form. do. I'm not going to go too tight. I can still see that. I did cast that right arm on it. I was knocking away when I brought it back the first time. Top couple of hooks were stripped to bait, so I fear we might have crabs as well, which I hope not, but apart from one little dab, it's been a quiet start. So I'm going to have a coffee. Oh, that's nice. That's what I want to see. Blinding me. Looks like someone's just put back a decent fish. It's encouraging anyway. Let's make sure that drags. Set. Oh, I think while I'm here, I might have a quick couple of casts with this. I'll just head this way a bit. I bought the box. I've got the Dexter wedges. I've got feathers. I've got loads of different lures. We can change it up. I can keep an eye on the rods from here. I'm not sure what it's like for bass around here, but I know it's obviously famous for mackerel and that, the mackerel run, but we need a week or two of hot weather. We need a wind in the east. We need the mackerel to come closer to shore. But, I think it was last year or the year before. It was the year before. Came down early June and you couldn't see the beach for white bait, and you can see the bass chasing everything up, and seagulls are going crazy, and this beach gets absolutely lined with people when the mackerel are here. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all lined up, taking bags and bags and bags of them. It's literally one a chuck. You could put a bit of silver paper on a hook and just reel in, and you'll be catching all day long. That's not reportedly happened properly for about 3 years. So we had about a week last year when the weather was good, but then it just turned cold and they all pushed out further to sea. Very few caught last year. I mean, you still get a few from like Cromer Pier and all the rest of it. I don't know. I'm enjoying spinning, so we'll carry on with this, and I'll switch the lures and I'll get back to you if get any more fish. Well, it's 5:45. About one dab and two whitings, tiny whitings, but the tide's really starting to push in now, and you can see the lines have switched and they're now starting to go from left to right, so I'm going to have to put everything in, and then there's a fish on. I think it's just come off. Oh no, it hasn't come off. Okay, what have we got here? So it's pulling back nicely. Keep winding steady. Well, maybe that's a good sign then. Just keep winding. Keep it on those other rods. And that was the closest in one, so. Oh, this wave's coming. Oh, smooth hound. Hit it on the wave. Come on. Come on, get in. Woohoo! Let's come have a look at this. Nice smooth hound. Beautiful fish, they're absolutely beautiful. Starry smooth hound. Let's get him unhooked. Yes. That was on the middle. Ooh, watch that tail. Got me there. There we go. These ain't got any teeth, these smooth hounds. Just rough pads in its mouth. It's ever so wiry. A gorgeous looking fish. Right then, mate, off you go. Right, I'm going to have to move back. This my tripod's going to get swamped in a minute. So it's good timing. I'll just move my bait box and everything back. So I'll probably bring this rod in. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is I'll loosen the drag right out. I'll just walk that back. Come back a bit. I'll come back off to this sandy bit here. It's going to still be pushing back for 2.5 hours. So, as I said before, this morning I anticipate it coming up to this bottom of the bank in here. So, alright, let's get this rebaited and cast back in. Wicked. Right, I'm just going to bring all my rods in after that smooth hound, but because it's pushing, so it's push hard left to right, and just want to make sure I'm not going to cross any lines. This needs to get pulled back anyway because it's the waves are coming up to it now. I'm going to move this one a bit further left, so I can keep it out of the way of the other two. I've noticed as well, now the tide's coming in, I don't want to be leaving it in there too long because it will get buried with all this shingle. So it'll be a hard job to get out. Your line starts to get buried. Not that it doesn't look like it's quite flat out there today, but and all the leads are holding nicely. So let's just going to cast this one out to the left about 10 o'clock. I'll walk off a bit. It's just so I can start casting the other two. So we're not going to cross any lines. I don't think I'm going to go as far with this one now the tide's coming in. Just make sure that knot is right at the back. Just make sure the leader doesn't cross over each other. I mean, that has been nibbled away by crabs, but there's still enough bait on there. That's not too bad. Didn't disengage for some reason. I'll just unclip that for a minute. Easiest way, that's it. Set the my watch and skip it like 15-minute casts, 20-minute casts. Keep checking the bait, not being crabbed out or anything. Going to give that a little time to settle, create a little bit of a bow. That'll probably come back a bit further. It's like racing in at the minute. Probably come way back actually. Got a bit of a bite on this one. Tapping away. Glorious sight, what a morning. I think I should be coming here a lot more often. Alright guys, how about that? Nice smooth round. Great big bit of mackerel, squid. Look at that, flew over. Shark in miniature. Absolutely cracking. Third one of the day. Tide's pushes, nearly high, well, be high tide in about an hour and a half. Let's get it back. Probably just going to move everything back up to the top of the bank in there where everybody else is. They'll see it no better than me, all the locals. Let's get this smooth down back. Happy days. Results, as they say. Right, the tide's racing in, so I'm going to get this cast out and then I'm going to make the decision to move back where everybody else is, all the locals obviously know, and just on the top of this bank here I can sit there, get my box there then, and I'm not constantly moving back. But just rebaited completely, nice fresh bait. I just put a great big piece of herring and squid head on there. I'll get this one cast out as far as I can need to hold that clip. Make sure that dropper there, you know, it's not twisted. Under the imp clip. That's absolutely glorious day. I'll get this cast out and then move this tripod back off and onto the top of the bank and do the same with that, and then I can sit and have a coffee. I'm going to go a bit further left with this one because it is pushing quite hard now. I'll just sit on top of the bank now. I've got my box here and my cushion. Oh, and now I am the king of all that can survey my land here. I can see my rods nicely. I might just push that back a tiny bit more. I'm going to put one of these on in a minute. One of these little sand eel imitations. 30 grams, and give that a little whiz. Nice smooth out. Let me show you where we are. He's obviously been down spinning for bass. I've seen him on the shoreline all morning, but obviously nothing. Car's parked down there, just down in a little lane. Beautiful, picturesque, nice green old English village. Come with me. All this shingle, this, you see where this banking is. I don't know when it was, I'll have a look, but this was quite a few years ago, caused by a massive storm. And if you see here, you'll see the stumps in the ground all around. Whereas, I mean, all this here used to be a car park under here. This used to be the car park. There's a big sandy car park, paying display, or I don't know if it was paying display, but it's all sandy car park under here. We had a massive storm, washed all this shingle up, buried a whole lot. So we put the posts in now. Car park's gone. We've got the shingle bank. If there's plenty of anglers here, that means one thing. There's got to be plenty of fish here, otherwise they won't come here for no reason. I don't know what the hell this is, but I think it's a load of weed, I think. I've got me on my... It's been really heavy and just plodding, I don't know. Doesn't feel like a fish. You get the occasional... I don't know, it's just weird, whatever it is. Might be around my other line, but it's just strange. Yeah, I think it's gone around my other line. Yeah. Oh, that was heavy. There's a lot of weed. Well, the weed's starting to build, but it's not horrendous. So it's high tide now. The tide's picked up a little bit. There's no weed, but it's very slow at the minute. So I'll just switch things up a bit. I just putting bigger baits on, but I've just got some packs of mackerel out. Putting some big bits of mackerel and some big bits of squid on this left hand rod. And the right hand one, I'll just put some king prawn, a whole bit of king prawn on each one with some squid. Guys, what I've done is it's gone a bit slow, but it's on the ebb now. So I've got two big baits out, this left rod here. I've got a very big bit of squid, sorry, herring, squid and a squid head on there. I'm just going to have one scratcher bait in a minute because my baits are coming back quite clean. But on the head, the same as the other one. I've got a big bait on the left hand rod, hopefully another smooth hound. This right hand rod I'm just bringing in now. One up, one down. Zip down rig. Got another nice dab. Another dab. Hopefully things are starting to pick up now. It's well on the ebb. Oh, this is beautiful. It's so warm. I've got my t-shirt on. Any of you guys fishing bank holiday Monday over the bank holiday weekend? Oh, it's the same on this one. As you can see, it's absolutely perfect. It's been untouched. So I'm going to give this the big one straight out in front. Just going to swing it towards me. I'm just going to put a 5 ounce pyramid lead on and put a great big bit of herring and squid head. I've got two great big Gassy 4.0 hooks here. Nice big barb on them both. Nice bit of squid head on there. It's just a simple running rig. I ain't going to go too far with this. Still pumping left to right, so make sure that's not snagged. Right. I'm going to give this as big a cast as I can. Sticking to one or two rods, concentrating on them. Have a couple of rigs ready made, ready to go, so you can just switch over. But if I catch any more, I'll get back to you. If not, I'll probably sign off. But it's been an enjoyable day, again, but a bit frustrating day. But I think after such a great start this morning, 3 smooth hounds, one after the other. A couple of whiting and a couple of dabs, and then had a couple of more dabs throughout the day. I was just feeling a bit deflated. I was expecting more, but maybe it's just the state of the tide. A lot more people are coming down now. Now it's back to low tide, so like I said before, maybe it's a case of getting here an hour towards the end of the ebb, fishing it all the way through low water to the start of the flood like it was this morning. Back at the car, it's 1:30. It's a bit quiet, as I say, on the ebb, but on reflection, you know, I think I was probably being a bit greedy. You know, you know what fishermen are like, always want more, always want a bigger one. And after it started so well this morning, 3 smooth hands, probably the biggest one about £6. I've had 2 whiting and 3 dabs, so you know, can't sniff at that. I haven't fished here for 2 years, maybe a little bit more, but yeah, I think I was just, the way it started, I was expecting it to carry on, but that's fishing. It didn't. Stay at the tide, whatever. Take it on the chin. So yeah, I would definitely be back. Definitely be back next week, and hopefully get some worms if I can. Ragworms if I can get ragworms. If not, lugworms. But I think it just, as I say, the tide picked up on the flood, and I had a few tangles, me messing around with the lure rod and going over my big line, and then putting on trying out a 5 ounce pyramid lead instead of the gripper, and that tripped out and went over my line, and we got a bit frustrated, you know. So there's one point where it was like 10-15 minutes with no rods in the water, which was not good. It's not what you want, a bit amateurish, but yeah, it happens, and got a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed, and then went in and took a break and came back and decided just to fish 2 rods. And yeah, probably have to do that next time, just fish 2 rods and fish them as best you can. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we got some good action for you there, and any sort of like comments, anything you want to ask, let me know, and if not, I'll see you again in another video.